So people just assume that anytime officers are involved in a shooting, that they go home, they sleep peacefully at night, and come back to work the very next day and do what they do. I'm sad to tell you that that's exactly not what happens. Let's watch the video.
Ryan Tillman, real talk, it's the truth.
Dude. What did he do that for?
Come on. Here, open this door. Open. Did you discharge?
Yeah.
Y'all, so that is a natural response to an officer-involved shooting. Again, police officers are not going out there high-fiving, yeah, we shot this person. You gotta remember, people, that police officers are humans behind that badge and the gun that they wear. They're humans. And so when we shoot somebody or take another person's life, it is all not, glory and happiness and stuff for us. It's like we just realized that we just took another person's life, or we just shot somebody. We just tried to take another person's life. Now, for some, it may not hit them like it did this officer right away, but eventually it does. I'm telling you guys that from personal experience. What we just saw was the rawest emotion from a police officer immediately after they were involved in an officer-involved shooting. If an officer was racist, do you think that they would react this way after shooting somebody? If they truly had a racist bone in their body, do you think that they would react the way that this officer did? Now, this is not to say that there are some officers out there that aren't doing that shouldn't be doing his job. This is not to justify some of the bad behavior that we may have seen in our profession, but this is to justify a majority of the men and women that do wear this badge, is that they are humans behind that badge and this gun. They have natural responses just as such, and I've seen it before in my day job. I've seen it before in plenty of videos like this. This was a natural reaction because this officer didn't want to take the life of another human being. And so we got to get out of this world where we just think that officers have no hearts, they're callous to everything, and all they want to do is take the life of so many people out there. I'm going to play the video one more time because I don't really think you guys really grasp the depth of this officer's response immediately after he was involved in this officer-involved shooting. I'm going to play the video one more time because I think it's important for us to see the raw reaction that he had.
Dude.
I don't know if you guys hear, but he's crying. The officer's crying, like immediately crying. He says, man, F dude, like, do you think that he really wanted to do it? Let's continue.
What did he do that for?
Now, what he said was, what the F did he do that for? That is a very, very common reaction and common response that I've seen and heard from so many officers. They will ask, why did that person do that? And what he's referring to is, why did a person either point a gun or a weapon at him? Or why did they make that sudden movement towards that officer, causing them to make that split-second decision that so many officers don't want to have to make if they don't have to make it? So they start to question themselves because that tells us that they didn't want to have to do what they did, which was utilize lethal force. That's a natural response. That's not staged. That's not, I shot this person, so let me make sure I say something like this so that way if this goes to court. Let's continue.
Discharge?
Yeah.
Now, the question that was asked to the officer is, did you discharge? That's a common question that's asked anytime an officer is involved in a shooting. They typically ask three questions. Were you the one that fired your gun? What direction did you fire your gun? And is there any outstanding suspects? Or they ask you as well, how many rounds did you fire and what direction did you fire in? Those are mandatory questions that have to be asked because, again, those are things they have to know, like, were you the one that discharged your firearm? So if you are, they need to take you back to the station immediately. how many rounds did he fire and what direction did they fire in, because they need to know if there's any outstanding suspects, or did you potentially hit an innocent bystander. And 3, they have to know, like I said, how many or is it the suspect stopped, because they need to know, like, hey, are we still looking for somebody? Anyways, I wanted to clarify that because somebody might ask, well, why would a person ask that officer the question if they know he's the one that fired? It's because they have to. It's one of the legalities behind it. So with that being said, I just wanted to highlight this, guys. Sometimes you don't get to see the humans behind the badge, and my job is to go out there and show you guys the humans behind the badge. So anyways, my prayer goes out to the officer, the family of the suspect who was ever shot or killed in this incident. Yes, I did say that because, again, they're still human beings. I mean, death, like I said before, is tough. And so my prayers go out to that family, anybody impacted by this event. If you guys like the content I bring you, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. I'd love to hear that. Anyways, take care and God bless.
Ron Tillman, real talk, it's the truth.